Alright, yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Terrell Banks back with another one today on NOA. I first want to show you guys my new logo. I'm super excited about it. It took me like 4 or 5 hours to do yesterday because of a lot of different things, and I'm trying to get it so that I can edit it into videos as a 3D image and a bunch of other things. But off the topic of the logo, today I was gonna come to you guys and tell you that I had ended up blowing the account, and so to get back to where I was started, I need to refill my trading account and I need to start trading, get back on back testing, and get this information to you guys, right? And so what I want to do is I want to show you guys what a broker is, show you my broker and one that I'm thinking about switching to, show you the process of creating a broker account, and then also show you guys how to put money into your account using Bitcoin. And then once we get through all that, then I'm going to jump back and show you how to get on the MQL5. And once all that's done, then I'm going to end this video and I'm going to go and do some back testing so that we could get another as real as possible video out. And once I have that money uploaded to my account, I'll put out my live trade and I'll start screen recording so you can see the trade in progress, right? So how to choose a broker. So choosing a Forex broker will be the first crucial decision you'll ever make as a new trader. This is why you should always perform your due diligence. Dealing desk broker, dealing desk Forex broker, non-dealing desk Forex broker, market maker Forex broker. These are all different types of brokers, and genuinely, it really does. I guess you should learn about this. This is information I personally don't know all that well, but I have a broker I already trade, and I like my broker. The rules that I have to follow are cool, so I'm not too worried about finding a new one and what this information may all mean. But I do think it is important to know. So there's a lot of technical jargon that is used when describing Forex brokers. Some of what you hear about are probably outdated, inaccurate, and even misleading. For example, you may have read that Forex brokers come in two types, shady and non-shady. And personally, I don't think that's true. They come in regulated and non-regulated. And when they're non-regulated, they can be shady and they can do things that typically would not be legal, but they're not regulated, so they have the right to do so. It may not be fair deal and fair trade, but it's part of the practice. Learn what you need to. You may have read that retail Forex brokers come in two types, dealing desk brokers, non-dealing desk brokers. And here's a diagram. But wait, that's not all. The two types didn't seem to be enough for the marketing folks from the retail Forex industry. So they decided to use acronyms in an attempt to differentiate Forex brokers even further and make them sound fancy. Dealing desk brokers, market maker brokers. No dealing desk brokers, straight through process brokers, STP brokers, electronic communication network, straight through processing brokers, direct market access, and straight through processing brokers. And so you can see this diagram and how impressive these different diagrams are. But apparently it's false. And so here's how it actually looks. Retail Forex brokers are market maker dealers. And so I'm going to skip a little bit of information and jump to this part where it says there are no retail Forex brokers. Calling a Forex broker a broker is a misnomer, apparently, which is defined as a wrong or inaccurate name or definition. If a Forex broker isn't really a broker, then what is it? Well, it's complicated. But have no fear, our goal is to help you learn and understand what they actually are. So I guess there's another slide we have to go to and continue reading on to figure out what a broker is, but at the end of the day, apparently our Forex brokers aren't brokers. So when I show you Hugo's Way and KOT Forex, just know they aren't brokers, they are something. Using a story, let's learn how Forex brokers work. Once upon a time, two frenemies, Batman and Spider-Man, were hanging out. They were lounging on the couch watching a movie, Justice League, the Snyder's Cut, but after a couple of hours, their attention span started to drift. Even Batman began to get annoyed at watching himself as a character on screen constantly growled in a low, deep voice due to his bitterness of not having innate superpowers like the other. Batman is really one of the hardest superheroes, let's be real. He ain't got no superpowers, he got straight hands, and he will really work you. So, all of a sudden, Spider-Man jumped to his feet with excitement and shouts, "Hey Bruce, call me Batman." Well, Bruce says, "Call me Batman." "Whatever, Bruce. Anyways, I have a fun idea." "Ooh, I like fun. What is it?" "Let's play a guessing game on whether the price of something will go up or down." "A guessing game? You spiders are too clever." "Dude, I'm not a spider. I just acquired spider-related abilities after a bite from a radioactive spider." And I'm going to just skip this because obviously this isn't very useful. Because I want to just get to the answer so we can skip to some of the more good stuff. Oh my gosh. Actually, apparently I got to go through all this, so... a guessing game, you spiders are so clever. Dude, I'm not a spider. I just acquired spider-like abilities after a bite from a radioactive spider. There's a difference. Just because I wear a spandex suit with a spider symbol doesn't mean I'm actually a spider. Sure, whatever. My Batman suit is still better at... Okay, I'm not talking about some nipples. The game works like this. Try to guess if GBP USD exchange rate will go up or down. Let's say the current exchange rate is 1.4000. Do you think it will go up or down? Batman doesn't trust spiders. He unlocks his bat phone and looks at the current GBP USD exchange rate on Google and confirms that it is 1.4000. He wants to make sure the spider isn't just pulling numbers out of his spider butt. "I think it will go up." "Oh, really? Well, let's make a bet then." "What kind of bet?" "GBP USD goes up. I'll pay you the difference between the price now and whatever the price is when you decide to close the bet. But if GBP USD goes down, you'll pay me the difference. Payouts will be in cash, and you will also close the bet whenever you can close the bet whenever you want. What do you say?" "Let's do it. I'll take the bet." Batman is now long for GBP USD at 1.400, which means that a 1 pip move equals approximately 100th or 1,000th of a cent. 1 hour goes by, and Spider-Man mentions to Batman that GBP USD has risen to 1.4100, which it has gone up 100 pips. "Yo, Dark Knight, the exchange rate has gone up 100 pips. Batman checks his bat phone, and lo and behold, GU has gone up to 1.4100. Not sure how long this price will hold, but I'm out. Let's close the bet. At the start of the bet, GU was at 1.400, and at the end of the bet, GU was at 1.41,000. Yeah, so the difference is 1 cent, or at the beginning of the bet, the price of GU was at 1.4000. At the end of the bet, GU was at 1.41000. So the difference is 1 cent. Gosh darn it, my spidey sense didn't work on the Forex market. Looks like I lost. Your payout is 1 cent. Right? So ultimately, like, you see Batman talking about the exchange rate and how they're trading, and so this is a pretty much simulation of what the Forex market is actually doing and what brokers are allowing you to do. But I want to keep going and figure out where does it actually talk about what the actual answer to what it is, since it isn't a broker. Okay, so this story provides a lot of hints on how trading with a retail Forex broker works. And that, in case it wasn't obvious, Batman is you, the trader, while Spider-Man is the Forex broker. Notice how Spider-Man or Batman didn't actually own British pounds. No actual quids were ever exchanged. They were simply making dollar-denominated bets based on price fluctuations of GU. With retail Forex trading, you don't take ownership of the currencies. You're basically making a bet with your Forex broker on whether the price of a currency will rise or fall. By the way, cool thing, as a trader, you are betting. You are a bettor, you are gambling, and so to be a good trader, you have to be a calculated gambler. But at the end of the day, you are a gambler. You cannot fight that fact just based off this information. The payout is the difference between the price when the bet was made and when the bet was closed. Either you or the broker will have to pay the difference depending on who ends up wrong. The risk here for you is that the Forex broker defaults or doesn't have the money to pay out any profits you made. Let's return to the story and see how this could happen. The next day, Batman and Spider-Man meet up for breakfast. After finishing their avocado toast topped with chopped... Okay, I'm going to skip this one and jump here. Batman looks up and sees nothing. When he looks back, he discovers that Spider-Man is gone. In this scenario, the house went bust. Spider-Man took the opposite of Batman's bet, but didn't have the capital to fulfill his obligation of Batman. This is known as counterparty risk credit. Can the other party of a transaction pay? When you open a trade with your Forex broker, and you and the broker become counterparties of the trade. Just like Spider-Man, the broker takes the opposite of your bet. Are you sure it's able to fulfill your obligation to you? While your broker, make sure that you can pay it if it wins and you lose. It also is important that you make sure that your broker can pay up if you win and it loses. Spider-Man is also vanished without returning the $200 that was used as collateral to Batman, also ended losing all of the funds he gave to Ant-Man. Spider-Man jumped away with Batman's money, never to be seen again until his next movie. Legitimate Forex brokers would prefer to stay in business rather than go bust or disappear with your funds. Forex brokers, excuse me. Unlike shady Spider-Man, they do have ways to manage this risk. In a later lesson, we're going to look under the hood and explain what actually happens when a Forex broker executes your orders. You'll learn how Forex brokers manage their risk so they don't go bust. But this is just one of several things to carefully consider when choosing a Forex broker. In order to properly evaluate Forex brokers, it's important to know how typical retail Forex broker operates. So here's what we'll cover. Who are you trading with? Unlike Batman in the story above, you're not going to know who you're trading with. And even if you did, that doesn't mean you should blindly trust them. Even Batman was duped by a fellow superhero who's supposedly a good guy. Your Forex broker is a faceless corporate entity that requires you to send it money so that you can trade with it. Are you sure they are who they say they are? Is it a legitimate company that really provides Forex trading services, or is it a fake broker? How do you know the company won't just take your money and disappear? Who are you really trading with? Is it a reputable broker? What are you actually trading? Notice how Spider-Man or Batman didn't actually own any British pounds. No actual pounds were ever exchanged. They were simply trading or simply making dollar-denominated bets on the price fluctuations of GU. So, if you're not actually buying or selling, what are you trading? What are you actually trading? Whoa. Notice how Spider-Man created a market to bet on the price of the direction of GU for Batman with just his imagination? Did you also notice how there were only two parties involved? Whenever Batman made a bet, Spider-Man did not go into the market and search for another person to make the opposite side of the bet. As long as you both agreed on the terms, real bets were made and expected to be honored. Nobody else was involved. So if you're not trading in the market, where are you trading? How do Forex brokers manage their risk? During the last bet made between Spider-Man and Superman, notice how the price of GU moved unfavorably against Spider-Man and he ended up not having the money to pay. Because Spider-Man is the sole person taking the opposite side of Batman's bet, Batman should have made sure that Spider-Man would be good for the money. The same concern would be made to the retail Forex brokers since they operate in a similar fashion. So if your Forex broker is also always taking opposite sides of your trades, how does it avoid going bust, taking your money down with it? Are the prices that your Forex broker quotes you fair? Notice how Spider-Man can quote any price he wants. Fortunately, Batman was smart enough to use his bat phone reference. Okay, so pretty much this is just lining up more and more questions, and so ultimately I realized that it never actually answered what the Forex broker is. Okay, so I think I finally just found the answer, so we can jump to here. In order to trade, you will need a trading account with a provider of an online foreign exchange trading or CDF trading services, more commonly known as retail Forex brokers or CDF providers. So we're not actually trading with brokers, we're trading with foreign exchange trading services. A provider of I don't know where the CDF comes from. Anyways, Forex brokers. In order to trade Forex, you will need a trading account with a provider of online foreign exchange trading or CDF trading services, more commonly known as retail Forex traders or CFD providers. When you open a trading account with this company, you will need to deposit money to the account so you can trade. Are you sure you can trust this broker? Unfortunately, not all brokers are trustworthy and honest and trustworthy. A big issue with retail Forex trading industry is a lack of transparency and unclear regulatory structures with insufficient oversight. Due to its decentralized and global nature, the Forex market is less regulated than any other financial market, making it more prone to fraud. So be careful. And with the rise of the internet-based trading platforms since the early 2000s, Forex trading has become more accessible and popular among retail traders across the world. This explosion of noob traders, fresh meat, creates more opportunities for dubious behavior by shady brokers, like fraudulent schemes and order manipulation, refusal to pay out for wins, and preventing account holders from withdrawing their funds. In the past, many brokers my mouth is dry. In the past, many Forex brokers were unregulated, which means that these brokers were not operating under the supervision of a governing body whose role is supposed to protect traders from being fleeced. So if you're being scammed, there's no hope for any legal recourse. Your money is gone. So pretty much, there's regulated brokers, unregulated brokers, and these are people who create a market for you to come and trade based on the price of what is happening in the Forex markets. So technically, I guess, from what this is saying, we're not actually trading in the Forex market. There's people who create their own markets and have enough money bound up for you to trade with them, and they make trades against you in the actual Forex market, which seems pretty interesting and cool. But here's just more information. So I'm going to jump from this. So I'm going to show you guys two different brokers. Here's one. This is Hugo's Way FX. This is the main broker that I use currently. And so this is an ENC broker. It has Forex, cryptos, crypto crosses, indices, commodities. You can trade Bitcoin, I already said cryptos on here. You can trade indices, commodities, and I don't know why I feel as if there's something else. Oh, you could trade exotics as well. I really like this trade platform. It has very small spreads. It has really quick deposits, withdrawals, and a really simple interface. The support system or customer support is really good, really easy, and really quick. They get back to you really fast. They help you really easy, and they're really accommodating too. So I really enjoy this broker. And if we jump over to my account, I'm going to show you just a little run through. I have the screen a little bit too small, but here you can see on the left side of the screen, you have the dashboard, my accounts, deposit funds, internal transfer, withdraw, refer a friend, documents, notification settings, and log out. In each one of these sections, there's a couple different things that you can do and go to, but from the dashboard, you can see that you have a link to all of these different sections and wallets that show how much funds and withdrawals are happening in there right now. So in my accounts, currently I have two. This is an account that I blew a while back. I want to say probably about a year ago now. And this account is one that I didn't even know I had. But really quick, I am going to create a new account right now. I'm going to create an ENC account with the USD currency, and I'm gonna make my leverage 1 to 500. Realistically, I don't need it that high, but I'm gonna do it to be able to leverage it in the way I want. And so now that I have this account created, it'll bring me back to this screen. Okay, never mind. I don't know why it didn't take me back to this screen I was expecting here. But here's my new account. I can go into here. I can find what I need to plug into MetaTrader 4 to sign in. And then if I go to the action slide, I can click that and I can go and find the password I need to also put into Hugo's Way so that I can be able to trade with this. And so this is going to be the new account I use for my MQL5 going forward, since I'm about to put more money in my account. And then we can see my trade history from today specifically on to ever. And I want you guys to be able to see the consistency, the growth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything before any video. I'm going to show you what trades I took, how long it took, screenshots of profit loss, and then you'll know everything that's happened. But now jumping over to another broker, here's KOT Forex. This is one that my mentor and a lot of my friends use, but I personally have not. They say it's really good, and from the interface that it has, it's really clean, it's really sleek. It has better spreads than Bitcoin and cryptos does on Hugo's Way. So if you're a crypto trader or want to learn about trading crypto, going to KOT would be a really good thing. Also, it has really small spreads on a bunch of other things as well, but you can see here it has $7 commissions per lot, and I believe that's standard, but I don't know. And then it also has 4 different account types: the standard, pro, var, and mini pairs. And each one of those have different things you can pair or trade, With the standard pairs, you can go and trade all Forex pairs, indices, commodities, metals, and cryptos. With the pro, you can only go Forex pairs and gold and down the line. But now that we have all those, I have gotten onto my account. I've made this. I'm going to show you a little bit more of the Hugo's Way interface really quick, so that you can kind of see what's going to happen. And then I'm going to actually start a real withdrawal, and I'm actually going to need to go and grab my other phone. But so now I'm going to make a deposit of Bitcoin for, I'm going to go 200. Yeah, I'm going to put a $200 account up. And so when you do that, then it's going to give you this code that you need to take and put into your Bitcoin address. I do it through Cash App so that it's super easy, super quick. And so I'm going to get that process started on my phone now. All right, so I got my other phone. Let's start the screen recording. All right, cool. So on my other phone, I want to go to Cash App, and I want to buy $200 worth of Bitcoin. Let my Face ID go through. And now that it's bought, what I want to do is I want to take this code. Yep, okay, cool. So I want to take this Bitcoin address that it gave me, and since I'm on my MacBook, I'm actually just gonna text this. Oh, I need to blur this out. But I'm gonna text this to myself just so it's super easy. And what I'm gonna do on my phone is I'm gonna go copy that, if it'll let me. Okay, actually got to open up my messages, but I'm going to copy the code they sent me, or the Bitcoin wallet they sent me, go back to Cash App and put in the amount of Bitcoin they told me to send. So that would be 0.00428687. And I guess I don't have enough just because of the fees. So I'll just go 0.42 and paste the Bitcoin address they gave me. Let my Face ID go through, and I will not do either. I'll just let this go through as it needs to, and boom. So now, right now, you can see my Bitcoin amount is now 13 cents. Ooh, I should end this fade. Okay, cool. Screen recording ended. But now I've sent the money to this Bitcoin address as it's needed to be. And so I can go back to Hugo's Web. And from here, you can see it says waiting approval. Now that it's waiting approval, I'm just gonna wait for the money to get deposited to Hugo's, and then you'll see it pops up in the wallet up here. From there, I can go to internal transfer and select wallet to MetaTrader from my USD wallet, because that's where I had the money sent. And then I can choose which account I want it to go into, and it will go into this account. And then I will type in 200 when the money's there, and I can transfer it into my account. On the flip side, if I want to, withdraw, I can do the same process from here. And then, just so you know, if you want to follow my footsteps and come make a Hugo's Way account, once you get your account set up, you're going to have to come here and you're going to have to upload documents. So they want a proof of ID and a proof of address just to know who you are. And I think when I did it, I had to put up my birth certificate possibly, but I don't think they're doing that now. So that's pretty much Hugo's Way, everything that's going on, and that's me creating my account. I'll show you guys how to get on the MQL5 once the money's in my account and like I've deposited and everything. But now I want to hop over finally to the best part of the day. I'm going to hop on TradingView and get a little bit of back testing done, because I've talked about brokers. I've gone on broker accounts. I've shown you how to make a broker account, how to navigate Hugo's Way. I've shown you how to make an account and sign in. I've given you all the sauce to really get out here and trade, but I haven't done no trading today. So you feel me? I want to make sure you guys are getting the information, seeing what you need to see and what you want to see, and you can enjoy yourself, Also, really quick, I'm gonna stop this screen recording and start back up. Bring it back. Now that we're here, I'm about to hop over here, and we could go to EU. And I'm gonna back test this. I want to make sure that I get a lot of just practice coming in, because there's so much that I feel like I'm slacking on currently. So I'm gonna actually start from the very beginning and make this the most simple video ever. So one of the most basic ways that you can trade and practice trading to get good is the EMA tap. So you just wait for price to tap the EMA in the direction, or as a pullback for the direction of the trend. So say you're looking here, you can see that price is in an uptrend going this way. You see price comes up, taps this EMA, goes long. Here price breaks both EMAs, it comes up, taps off it, drops. Comes up, taps off it, drops. Comes up, taps off it, drops. And why is this? Because EMA, exponential moving averages, are moving support and resistance zones. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a quick second and jump onto baby pips and show what an EMA is. Exponential averages. Exponential moving averages explained in baby pips. Boom. So as we said in the previous example or previous lesson, simple moving averages can be distorted with spikes. We'll start with an example. Let's say we plot a 5-period simple moving averages. Simple moving average on the daily chart of Euro USD. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Boom. It's called a exponential moving average. An exponential moving averages give more weight to the most recent periods. In our example above, the EMA would have put more weight on the price of the more recent days, which would be days 3, 4, and 5. This would mean that a spike on day 2 would be lesser value. Okay. Really quick, I'm gonna jump back because I feel like moving averages in general needs to be defined so that you can actually understand what an exponential moving average is compared to it. So moving averages are one of the most common commonly used technical indicators. A moving average is simply a way to smooth out price fluctuations to help you distinguish between a typical price noise and the actual trend direction. By moving average, we mean that you're taking the average closing price of a currency pair for the last X number of periods. On this chart, it would look like this. So if I jump over to trading view, I have an exponential moving average of 50 and an exponential moving average of 200. So this means it takes an average of the price of the last 50 candles. That's what a moving average does, excuse me. So by moving average, we mean we're taking the average closing price of a currency pair for the last X number of candles. So I have one that's taking the price of the last 50 and one taking the price of the last 200. As you can see, the moving average looks just like a squiggly line overlaid on the top of price. This type of technical indicator is called a chart overlay. And so if we jump over and get more specific with exponential moving averages, well, now there's the simple and there's the smooth and there's also the exponential, which differentiates itself by this definition, it gives more weight to the more recent. So with 50, I'd say maybe the last 25 or the last 15 or the last 10 candles would take the most weight within the price of the exponential moving average, which would give it a distorted view, and it'll smooth out the spikes that come from impulses that shouldn't be there, left by wicks. And so now, if I jump back here, we have the moving average, or 200 exponent. We have the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA. And now what we want to do is really just let price come up, tap off of it, and then just short or long based on the trend. And so price came up here, tapped that, and now it's shorting off, or at least I'm expecting to. So I'm not going to use any fibs, any zones. EU, I know, going for about 20 pips, having a 20 pip stop to like a 50 pip stop is pretty good usually. So I'm gonna wait for it to come back up here, and I'm gonna give it I'll say 30 pip stop. Look, price came up, tapped the EMA again, shorted. Now I'm gonna wait for it to come up towards this EMA, and I'm gonna let it short. And one thing you can look at with this, a big key that you can trade off of, if I can find a good example, is an engulfing candle. Once it touches the EMA, you want to see an engulfing candle of the last one. So this is a prime example here. So you see it touches the EMA, and this candle here engulfs the previous candle and the other candle that came prior to that first one that touched the EMA. So this would be a really good signal to get in right here off the close of that candle. And if we zoom out, like say I went 30 pip stop, we could go for like 50 pip TP, 45. And so that's pretty much all we're trying to do right now, is just wait for it to pull up, touch the EMAs, and then short off. If it breaks the EMA, we want to wait for it to pull back, tap off it, and go again. So here, price is pulling back up, and so we're going to start to look for zones where it might touch the EMA and short off. And so it still hasn't touched yet, so I'm not getting in. So boom, this is like a signal that we could get in for this short, because we also got this engulfing candle down. I'm gonna go down to the 15-minute real quick, and even then, I guess if we look at this time frame, I'd still want to go off this candle because of the engulfing. But we can put this at 25 pips because that's just above the previous high, and then just take this down for, I don't know, 50 pips. Seems good enough to me. So pulls back up to the top, and does it short off or does it go long? Boom. So here, just got in a little bit too early. Could have adjusted and waited for price to pull up higher and kind of retest this higher zone, but we didn't do that. But what's nice is we ended up stopping right here at a pretty primed point. It's kind of low, so I may not get into this, but just for purposes of what I was telling you, I guess I will. Also, this should be like that. But yeah, I'll go 30 pips, risk 15-ish. And look, see, that's another lesson right there. Should have let it come up and at least left my TP or my stop loss above the previous high. And even then, I could have let it come up and touch that EMA again. And I guess one thing that's going to come probably tomorrow is mixing EMA taps specifically with like supply and demand zones. So then like this is boom. If I get a supply and demand zone without an EMA tap, I don't take it. If I do, then I'm going to take it. But for now, I'm going to continue with just EMA taps. Just EMA taps. If I can get this box to get off here, thank you. Cool. So, didn't even get a tap, but I mean, it was good enough and close enough to where I probably should have just entered the short. Went for my 30 pips, put this above the previous high, about there. Cool. Now we're gonna wait, see what it does. If I don't get a tap, I don't get an entry. I don't get a tap, I don't get an entry. Jeez, no tap, no entry. It's the rule. And you can see, here's a key point to also key in on. I did not mean to open up the news app. But another key to key in on is you can see how all through this area, price is not pulled back and touched either of these EMAs, which tells me we're gonna need a big movement that's gonna break these EMAs and start pushing price long, and then price can recover back down. But it has to come back up and touch the 200 EMA at some point. So I'm gonna be looking for some reverse trend trades to try and get in. That'll allow me to capitalize on that movement that I need to expect. So I think it's probably starting right about now. So what I'm gonna do, which is a little bit different than what I've been doing already, is I'm gonna mark up this lower zone as a possible entry point for the long. And hopefully it turns out well. But from here, because I'm getting what I think I'm about to get, I'm about to take this short back to the zone. Something like that. I mean, we can cheat on this and say I pretty much won this. I mean, it was very horrible and ugly, but oh well. But as you can see, just like I literally just called, because of price not having touched the EMA on the higher time frames, price had to turn around and pull back up to those. And so this is still so disappointing. Like, why didn't price recover far enough? But you can see, pull that right outside there. This is just a random snipe that I kind of just put together. And even then, price broke above, came back, touched the EMA, boom. And on the same note, I'm gonna still need to wait for it to come back and touch that EMA before I can look for another long. And so what are we doing? Where are we going? I think price is going to pull back down and touch this lower EMA before going back up. Okay, we got a break on the 15. Okay, on the higher time frames, it's looking like it came, touched, maybe the 1 hour touched the 200 EMA. Oh, it broke. Okay, cool. So yeah, what I'm thinking is price is going to pull back up to this higher EMA one more time on the 1 hour before shorting off again. But I guess this did just start a long trade. So I'm actually going to keep my bias long, as hard as it is to say that. Let's see if it turns out in my favor. Nope. So that trade would have been bad, but I guess it's good that I waited. I just feel like on the 4 hour, it's still leaning too much for a long. I should just expect the long from here. But if we go to the 15 and we respect what we're supposed to do, then let's see where we're going next. Oh, I was right. We'll take this move up. Or not. I got so much confidence just to get blown out of the water right there. That is actually hilarious to me. And this trade over here would be entered now. I put that right around there. But on these lower time frames, now it's my time to really just wait for the short. And I'm guessing because of the supply zone, price is going to hit this EMA around here. So that's kind of what I'm going to bet on. And I'll just wait and see. Wow. That's disappointing to have lost in that type of way. But I guess it is. Oh, double bottom. Ew, I don't know. Price right now is in a really weird spot, but I'm going to say that it's probably leaning more uptrend. So we're going to play it off of that. So we're looking for longs now. 15-minute, see uptrend. Let's see where price hits this EMA. So somewhere around here should be my entry point on the pullback and take it long or get stopped out again. I don't know why I'm getting caught on the wrong side of the market so many times. I guess it's just bad pullback time. But as I get on charts more, as I practice these things more, as I break it down in this way more, I'll get more accurate and just see it more, because I'm so used to having so many different confluences with me and on my trades that to not have them now is kind of weird. And like, look, that's the thing. I feel like one of the problems I'm facing right now is I'm getting caught trying to sell at the lows, expecting it to create lower lows, and I'm like trying to buy at the highs and expecting it to create higher highs. So I should be buying down here and then selling at the top. So if I were to buy down here, geez, that's a big ass trade. Boom, there we go. Now we hit TP and now we're in motion. So around this point, since we're getting to a high point, now we should start looking for shorts, and we should see and wait to see if it breaks this EMA. But as the short sets itself up, we should see pattern and formations that kind of signify something like this that says, hey, look at me, a short's here. And one thing, I'm going to try and take one from higher just in case, but I really think it is going to short off from here. So I'll take this short here. And one thing is, I know I should be looking for an EMA tab going long, but sometimes you just kind of have to trade based on what you know and what you've seen. And even then, I still get blown out of the water. How tragic. But this is actually frustrating. just because of that trade right there, I am going to end this video. I'm going to come back soon here in like 20-30 minutes and get another one done. I just need to, you feel me, clear my mind, reset, and try and figure out why EMAs aren't working, because this was the basis of what I was trading. And maybe that's not why I'm not having as much success as I used to in the past. Maybe it's just not as usable as it used to be. And maybe I shouldn't rely on it anymore. Back with another one. And I'm back. My money has been put on a Hugo's Way. It's now in my wallet. I'm going to show you guys how to move that money over. So you want to go to internal transfer, select transfer type and wallet to MetaTrader. So this will send the money from here into your MetaTrader account. And then you have to select the specific wallet. I chose the USD wallet because all my money in Bitcoin is in USD. And then I have to put it in the correct account. And so this new one, the 311616, is the account that I just made. And so I'm going to put all the money in my wallet into this account. So I have 195.82. And so once I go and transfer, boom. Now what we can do is we're going to go to our account and we're going to look here and we're going to take this information. And what we're going to do is take this account number, and I'm going to screen record this on my iPhone so you can see me putting it into MetaTrader. But you go to MetaTrader okay, say you're on MetaTrader and you're at the trade page. You go to the settings, you click your name at the top, and then in the top right corner, you're going to see a triangle. Click that and go to log into an existing account. Then for me, I have to look here and see if it says Hugo's Way Live, because it could also say Hugo's Way Real. But this one says Hugo's Way Live, so that's the one I'm going to choose. And once I get there, my login is going to be this number, so 311-616. And then my password is going to be here. And I have to press the change password button. And I'm going to stop this really quick, clip it, and get my password and actually put it into my phone. And once I do that, I'll come back to you guys. I'm on my Hugo's Way MetaTrader 4 account, and I'm also going to sign into here really quick to make things really easy so I can trade from my computer as well. And so log into existing account, 311616, and then this password, okay, cool. So now, boom. Now I am logged in on my Hugo's Way MetaTrader 4 account. And if we look down here, if I can find the right spot. Oh, here we go. So you can see my account balance is 195.28. Oh, I'm going to end the screen recording. But you can see that my account balance is 195.82. And so now I can start trading from here and do things really simple. Like I could just press buy or sell right now and enter a trade on any of these. And at some point, I'm going to adjust my watch list so that it's more specific to exactly what I'm going to trade. And I'm also going to go through some videos on how to use this so that I can better use it and show you guys some other skills to go with this as well. But recording. So what you want to do is go to MQL5, connect here. And I'm already signed in my account. So where you want to go is signals, my signals, and then you can go create a signal. Once you're there, I'm going to name it NOA Banks so that you guys can come see this whenever you want. The terminal is MQL or MetaTrader 4, and then you put in your account information that you just got. And then the broker is Hugo's Way Live. This is going to be a real account, and if you want to subscribe, I'll make it free for right now at least. Oh, I guess it can't be lower than 30, so I guess I have to do $30 US. Oh, it says my first signal is waiting for connection. So if I go back here, I should be able to see my signals pages. Right, here we go. So there's my other one where I blew the account and you guys could see that. But now I have this new one where I can come here and you can see my trade stats. And so I haven't taken any trades on here. This is completely new, completely clean. And so this is going to be the new terminal that we see every single time we come back and trade and start a new video of as real as possible, excuse me. So I'm going to get this video put into the next clip and you guys can see this and, you know, learn and see the new journeys begin. I'll catch y'all.